Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we'll cover and discuss the types of retailers as part of the retail management subject. To begin, to develop and implement a retail strategy, retailers need to understand the nature of competition in the retail marketplace. This lesson describes the different types of retailers and how they compete against one another by offering different benefits to consumers. These benefits are reflected in the nature of the retail mixes used by the retailers to satisfy customer needs. These are the types of merchandise and services offered, the degree to which their offerings emphasize services versus merchandise, and the prices charged. As an introduction, as an overview, we'll cover the retail characteristics, the four elements of the retail mix, and finally, the different types of retailers. So, to discuss the retail characteristics, we need to understand that retailers range from street vendors selling hot dogs to internet retailers like Amazon.com to multi-channel retailers such as Best Buy that have both an extensive physical store presence and an active internet site. The different types of retailers offer unique benefits. The type of retailers a consumer chooses to patronize depends on the benefits the consumer is seeking. So let me ask you this question. How does a retailer survive and why others do not? The answer to this question is that each retailer survives and prospers when it satisfies a group of consumers' needs more effectively than its competitors can. Therefore, the key here is the word satisfaction. A retailer that satisfies the needs of the consumers will definitely survive compared with those who do not. So the different types of retailers offer unique benefits. So consumers patronize different retail types when they have different needs. For example, you value the convenience of buying a gift for a friend online and have it shipped to him or her. Alternatively, you would want to buy a shirt or pants in a local department store where you can try it on to see if it fits or looks good on you. And as consumers' needs and competition change, new retail formats are created and existing format evolve. There was a time before that when it comes to films or watching videos or movies, you have to go to a video rental and rent a DVD or CD or tape for that matter. But today, the change in the consumer needs or the competition change in order to meet the need, we have Netflix, we also have Amazon Prime and other platforms where you can watch your movie or favorite movies or series online. The most basic characteristics used to describe the different types of retailing is the retail mix or the elements retailers use to satisfy their customer needs. Four elements of the retail mix are particularly useful for classifying retailers. These are the type of merchandise and or services offered, the variety and assortment of merchandise offered, the level of customer service, and the price of the merchandise. If you're a retailer, let me ask you this question. What will you consider to be patronized and be successful? This is an important question that you need to ask. If you are a retailer and you want to be successful, and where your customers will patronize you. Let's look now at the four elements of the retail mix. The first one is the type of merchandise and or services sold. It means what kind of items are being sold or what type of service a retailer is offering. The type of items can be clothing and clothing accessories, jewelry, shoes, or gasoline. The type of services can be arts, entertainment, health services, food, and beverages. The second one is the variety and assortment. Retailers may sell same type of merchandise but differ in their primary classification. Like clothing and accessories can be bought from sporting goods, department stores, warehouse clubs, and or electronic shopping. When we talk about variety, it means the number of merchandise categories a retailer offers. While assortment, on the other hand, is the number of different items in a merchandise category. Also, when we say variety, it is often referred to as the breadth of merchandise, like toy stores selling other items. And assortment is referred to as the depth of merchandise, more models, sizes, and brands. That's why when we visit, let's say, a supermarket or a department store, we have different options. When it comes to models, we have different options when it comes to sizes or even brands. The third one is the level of customer service. Retailers also differ in the services they offer customers. One store may offer assistance in selling an appropriate item and repairs, but other stores will not offer the same assistance. Maybe certain customers will demand retailers to display items. They also demand for a retailer to accept credit cards, provide parking, and sometimes being open at a convenient time. Other retailers offer home delivery or gift wrapping. These are part of the level of customer service a particular retailer offers their customers. The fourth element of the retail mix is the price of the merchandise. Well, price and services are factors to attract customers, but additional services and offer a wide array of merchandise will have effect on the price. A retailer who offers additional services will have to adjust their prices. It means when they add services on the particular item that they are selling, of course the prices will be higher. Why? In order to cover higher costs, like of course if they are renting uh, inside the malls or superstores, of course the maintenance or the cost is greater. While bargain houses, on the other hand, can offer the same type of merchandise without additional services and can offer their items with lower price. So these are the four elements of the retail mix. Now let's go at the look at the different types of retailers. The first type of retailers are the food retailers. Well, the food retailing landscape is changing dramatically. 20 years ago, consumers purchased food primarily at conventional supermarkets. When you say conventional, traditional, now conventional supermarkets account for slightly more than half of food sales, not including restaurants. The fastest growing sectors of the food retail market are supercenters, warehouse clubs, convenience stores, and extreme value food retailers. So the first example of food retailer is the supermarkets or the supermarkets. Supermarkets are a conventional supermarket is a self-service food store offering groceries, meat, and produce with limited sales of non-food items such as health and beauty aids with general merchandise. So, perishable items like meat and produce account for 50% of supermarket sales and typically have higher margins than packaged goods. As a trivia, for supermarkets, the first self-service grocery store was opened in 1930 by King Cullen in Jamaica, New York. So that's a trivia lang. No? And then although conventional supermarkets are still sell a majority of food merchandise, they are under substantial competitive pressure. Why? Because everyone wants to a piece of the food retail pie. So supercenters are rapidly attracting conventional supermarket customers with their broader assortments of food and general merchandise at attractive prices. So what do supermarkets do? Well, to compete successfully against intrusions by other food retailing formats, conventional supermarkets are differentiating their offerings by first emphasizing fresh perishables. Secondly, they do target health conscious and ethnic consumers. The third way they compete is by providing better value with private label merchandise. And lastly, providing a better shopping experience. So that's how supermarkets compete with their competitors. And the next example of food retailers is the supercenters. Supercenters, it is the fastest growing retail category and are large stores that combine a supermarket with a full line discount store. The example of supercenters are Walmart, Costco, and the rest. No? So they offer broad assortments of grocery and general merchandise products under one roof. So supercenters provide a one-stop shopping experience. When you say one-stop, you just go there and the things that you need are there. No? Supercenters, since they are very large, the inconvenient thing here is that for customers is that it takes a very long time to walk and to find the things that you need because the place is so big and you have to really walk and walk until you find the item that you want. The next one of the food under the food retailers is the hypermarkets. Well, the hypermarket is also a large combination of food and general merchandise stores. They are like supercenters, but they carry a larger proportion of food items with a greater emphasis on perishables like produce, meat, fish, and bakery items. Supercenters or hypermarkets offer large percentage of non-food items also, but focus more on dry groceries. The example of hypermarkets are Shopwise, Pure Gold, and Hypermarket. The next one is the warehouse clubs. Well, warehouse clubs, they are retailers that offer a limited and irregular assortment of food and general merchandise with little service at low prices for ultimate consumers and small businesses. They have two types of members: wholesale members who own small businesses and individual members who buy for their own use. Example of this in the United States are Costco and Walmart, while here in the Philippines, SNR, Macro, there was a store here called Macro, but it's closed right now, and also Pure Gold. No? So, and the next one is the convenience store. Store, they provide a limited variety and assortment of merchandise at convenient location with speedy checkout. Convenience stores enable consumers to make purchase quickly without having to search through a large store and wait in a long checkout line. Examples of convenience stores are 7-Eleven, Mini Stop, Mercury Drugstores that operates like a convenience store. We also have Watson's and Lawson. Due to their small size and high sales, convenience stores typically receive deliveries every day. And they also offer limited assortments and variety, and they charge higher prices than supermarket. If you will compare the prices of items in 7-Eleven or other convenience store, of course, you will notice that their price is a bit higher compared to the same products being offered in supermarkets. Let me ask you this question: what type of food retailer will you choose to meet your needs? Well, it depends on the need. So if you only need one piece, well, the convenience store will be the easiest, and will be the appropriate way to buy the things that you need. But if you need big items or a large bulk of items or more items, then the bigger will be the logical one. You can go for supermarkets, you can go to hypermarkets, and many others. Right. Now, to continue, let's look at the general merchandise retailers. Previously we covered the food retailers. Right now we look at the general merchandise retailers. The major types of general merchandise retailers are department stores, full line discount stores, specialty stores. We also have category specialists, home improvement centers, off-price retailers, and extreme value stores. Let's look at the department store. Of course, we are familiar with department stores. They are retailers that carry a broad variety and deep assortment offer customer services, and organize their stores into distinct departments for displaying merchandise. Examples of department store are SM department stores, Robinsons, and many others. The largest department store chains in the United States are Macy's, J.C. Penney, and Sears. Now, traditionally, department stores attracted customers by offering a pleasing ambiance, attentive service, and a wide variety of merchandise under one roof. They sold both soft goods. When you say soft goods, it means apparel and bedding, and hard goods, referring to appliances, furniture, and consumer electronics. But now, most department stores focus almost exclusively on soft goods. The major departments are women's, men's, and children's apparel, home furnishings, cosmetics, kitchenware, and small appliances. Each department within the store has a specific selling space allocated to it, as well as salespeople to assist customers. So if you go to a department store, you will notice that there are salespeople who will assist you, and you can also look into the places where you can go if you need. If you're a lady or a woman, then you can go to the women's section or department. Or if you're a man, then you can go to the men's department. So it's easy, it's organized. That's why it is called department stores. And the next one is the full line discount stores. They are retailers that offer a broad variety of merchandise, limited service, and low price. Discount stores offer both private labels and national brands. The example or the largest full-line discount stores chains are Walmart, Target, and Kmart. Let's look at the specialty stores. Specialty stores, they concentrate on a limited number of complementary merchandise categories and provide a high level of service in a relatively small stores. Specialty stores like children's clothes, lingeries, health and beauty. Specialty stores tailor their retail strategy toward very specific target segments by offering deep but narrow assortments and sales associate expertise. Examples of specialty stores are Victoria's Secret, Louis Vuitton, Zara, and H&M. And let's look at another general merchandise retailers, which is the drugstores. Well, they are specialty stores that concentrate on health and personal grooming merchandise. Pharmaceuticals often represent more than 50% of drugstore sales and an even greater percentage of their profits. Example of drugstores that is considered as a general merchandise retailers are Mercury Drug, Watson's, and even generics pharmacy. Drugstores are using systems to allow pharmacists time to provide personalized service. You can ask what type of drug or medicine for a particular need. Now, drugstores are expanding their role as a fill-in trip destination by carrying products typically found in convenience stores like beverages, small food items, and making them easily accessible at the front of the stores. The next one is the category specialist. Well, they are big box discount stores that offer a narrow but deep assortment of merchandise. Most category specialists predominantly use a self-service approach, but they offer assistance to customers in some areas of the stores. Examples of these are home improvement stores like Ace Hardware or Handyman. Office stores, on the other hand, example of is Office Warehouse. Although category specialists compete with other types of retailers, competition between them is intense. Primarily then, they compete on price and location. Some category specialists are attempting to differentiate themselves with customer service. So that's how they compete with other retailers. So they compete when it comes to price, or they compete when it comes to location. and also they differentiate themselves with as far as customer service is concerned. To continue, the next one is the extreme value retailers. They are small full line. They are uh, small full line discount stores that offer a limited merchandise assortment at very low prices. They offer a broad but shallow assortment of household goods, health, and beauty aids and groceries. The example of this here in the Philippines are Japan Home, where you can buy items for 88 pesos, and Daiso in other countries, everyday $2, like in Singapore. They usually target low income earners or those who wanted to buy products at a lower price. The next one is the off-price retailer. They are also known as close-out retailers and offer an inconsistent assortment of brand name merchandise at low prices. Some off-price retailers function as outlet stores or factory outlets of manufacturers. The example of this here is Home Depot. The America's largest off-price retail chains are TJX companies, which operates TJ Maxx and Marshalls. They also have Winners, also Home Goods, and Home Sense. Off-price retailers are able to sell brand names and even designer label merchandise at 20 to 60% lower than the MSRP. It means manufacturer's suggested retail price because of their unique buying and merchandising practices. Let me ask you this question. If you are a general merchandise retailer, what will you do to maximize profit? Alright? This is also an important question. If you are a general merchandise retailer, what are the strategies? What will be the things that you will do in order to maximize your profits? Now, let's look at the non-store retailers. Non-store, since they don't sell products through a physical store or brick and stone store. The first one of the non-store retailers is the electronic retailers. Electronic retailers are it is a retail format in which the retailers communicate with customers and offer products and services for sale over the internet. It is also called e-tailing or online retailing and also internet retailing. Traditional retailers utilizes also this type of retailing to boost their sales and increase revenue, especially nowadays because of the pandemic, because of our problem with COVID. Then majority, if not all, are maximizing this particular platform. Examples of electronic retailers are Amazon.com, eBay, Alibaba, and we also have the Shopee and Lazada here in the Philippines. The other one is the catalog and direct mail retailers. Well, catalog retailing is a non-store retail format in which the retail offering is communicated to a customer through a catalog. Direct mail retailing communicate with their customers using letters and brochures. Well, if we are familiar with Avon, it is an example of a catalog retailing. And the next one is direct selling. Direct selling is a retail format in which salespeople, frequently independent business people, contact customers directly in a convenient location, either at the customer's home or at work, demonstrate merchandise benefits and or explain a service, take order and deliver the merchandise or perform the service. Now, direct selling is being used, no? That's sad to say, and these are used by multi-level marketing and sometimes used by pyramiding scammers. No? But direct selling basically is not bad, but it is really an example of a retail store or a retail type that reach out and meets customer needs. Example of direct selling are Amway, Tupperware before, right, and many others that offers direct selling. The next one is the television home shopping. We are also familiar with this. This is also known as T-commerce or teleshopping, which is a retail format in which customers watch a television program that demonstrates a merchandise and then place orders for that merchandise, usually by telephone. Three forms of electronic home shopping. They are cable channels dedicated to TV shopping. It is also infomercials and direct response advertising. And an example of this is the home TV shopping and many other cable channels that are dedicated for this particular platform. The next one, as we look into the non-store retailers, is the vending machine retailing. Well, it is a non-store format in which merchandise or services are stored in a machine and dispensed to customers when they deposit cash or use credit card. Vending machines are typically placed at convenient, high-traffic locations such as in the workplace or on university campuses and primarily contain snacks and drinks. We may have encountered this vending machine that offers like a coffee dispenser, water dispenser, snack and drink dispensers. And the next one of the retail type or types of retailer is the services retailers. Now, the previous retailers that we covered sells products to customers. Now, service retailers or these firms primarily sell services rather than merchandise. Like example of these service retailers are auto repair shops. We also have automobile rentals, hotels, and the likes. We also have banks, fitness centers. We also have airlines, education or colleges and universities. We also have restaurants, healthcare, and insurance. So those are the examples of service retailers that don't offer merchandise but rather offer services. But of course, we have seen certain retailers that offers both merchandise and services as well. Well, sometimes their services are just added value to the merchandise that they sell to their target consumers. Now, what are the differences between services and merchandise retailers? The first one is what we call the intangibility. When you say intangibility, services are generally intangible. Well, customers cannot see, cannot touch, or feel them. They are performances or actions rather than objects. The next difference between these two is the simultaneous production and consumption. Well, when we talk about products are typically made in a factory and then sold by a retailer and then used by consumers in their homes. Service providers, on the other hand, create and deliver the services as the customer is consuming or may be present while the service is being provided, like the barber shop. While the barber is cutting your hair, it is a simultaneous production and also consumption. The third one is perishability, because the creation and consumption of services are inseparable. Services are perishable. It means they cannot be saved, they cannot be stored, and they cannot be resold. An example of perishability is when an airplane takes off. Let's say the capacity of an airplane is, let's say, 150 seats. But if that particular airplane, that flight, takes off with, let's say, 50 empty seats, well, that 50 empty seats, that sail is lost forever. It has already perished. They can no longer gain or gain income from that because the plane already left and the service already perished. In contrast, merchandise can be held in inventory until a customer is ready to buy it. So that's another difference between services and merchandise retailers, the perishability. And lastly is the inconsistencies or inconsistency. Well, products can be produced by machines with very tight quality control. So customers are reasonably assured that all items in a box will be identical. Let's say a particular let's say size or brand of shoes or mobile phone, when they are produced, they are the same. We have the assurance that the quality, the size, they are identical, they are similar. But since services are performance produced by people, employees and customers, now no two services are identical. Even if it is done by the same person, the performance of that same person will not be consistent. Let's say a massage therapist. If the massage therapist offers his or her service in the morning, the service will be different in the afternoon or even in the evening, considering that the work or the customers that he or she offer the service, she is already or he is already tired. Therefore, the service that the therapy that he offers is already is no longer is not the same with the service that he did in the morning. Also with the repair shops, we have experienced that it is inconsistent. Sometimes the repair is very good while others are not. So these are the differences between services and merchandise retailers: intangibility, simultaneous production and consumption, perishability, and inconsistencies. So these are the things that we need to consider when we look at the types of retailers. So this covers lesson 2 of retail management. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time, and God bless you.